Hey, it's Jay. Just a couple of important announcements before today's episode. Episode 7 is a heavy one with lots of triggering content and themes. It specifically deals with real historical racism and colonial violence, and deals with themes of assimilation and alienation. I highly recommend you check the content warnings and relevant timestamps in the description of this episode before you listen. If you do have concerns, suggestions, or comments about anything featured in this episode or throughout the run of the show, please don't hesitate to let us know. Now, on a lighter note, I would like to introduce our friend of the show, the Fox Key Chronicles, What Hides Beneath, from the incredibly talented Cole and Alina Hill. The Fox Key Chronicles is a queer Western folk horror set in 1874, and it features the residences of Mirkwood, Texas, and the enigmatic force that hunts and steals them into the night. If you're a fan of Mercy, you'll definitely love Fox Key. It's one of those shows that's high quality across all aspects of production, and I can't recommend it enough. Have a listen to the trailer and the special episode drop on our feed, and if you like what you hear, make sure to give them a follow and some love. That's all for now. Thank you for listening. Until next time.
In the Fox Key Chronicles, What Hides Beneath, you'll follow us back through time to the Old West, into a world filled with magic, demons, and gunslingers. There, the line between the light and the dark is guarded by the Fox Key Clan, a group gifted with supernatural powers to fight against the tides of evil.
What are we thinking here, Fox Key?
We're not letting this demon leave this mountain.
Vera Fowley, once Vera Foxkey, was a widow and a mother. One thing she was not was a witch. Together with a motley crew of heroes, she must protect the town of Mirkwood from the rising threat of Blight, the bringer of death, and her wretched children, the Whispers. Go, my children, find them, find the Chronicles. With the help of a reclusive hero.
What am I even doing here?
A self-conscious bookworm.
Is that a demon?
And a mysterious woman.
Don't you go making me shoot you.
Can Vera face pure evil and bring justice to the town of Mirkwood?
I haven't had to shoot a woman before, but there's a first time for everything.
The Fox Key Chronicles is available now.
This episode has content warnings for violence and gore, mentions of suicide attempt and suicidality, mentions and depictions of historical racism and colonial violence, racist slurs, graphic depiction of murder, and alcohol use. Please check the description of this episode for a full list of content warnings and relevant timestamps. This show is for adult audiences only. Listener discretion is advised.
No! I ain't letting go of you. I ain't ever letting you go.
You'll fall with me.
And fall I will, and it'll be your damn fault.
Sir, Mr. Sawyer, please.
Ah, fuck.
The sky lurches. The stranger is still and limp beside me. There's blood. His or mine? Feathers, black as night. Wings larger than sails. And below us is mercy.
Here's your coffee, Mr. Young.
Thank you kindly, Miss Sassoon.
You got your head on straight, kid?
I have found my senses, yes. My apologies, Mr. Sawyer. I hope you weren't too hurt by the fall.
No, just a little knock to the noggin's all. Skull's tougher than a steel plate.
Wayne, that's a paperweight.
Yeah, I was just checking it for,
Oh, dear God.
whatever.
That was quite a dive that you took. Thought I'd have to arrange for 2 caskets when we found you.
Don't sound too disappointed.
I am so relieved you are both all right. If it weren't for Sir Crow...
Yeah, how did little fucker save us? All I remember is falling off the tower and, well, waking up to see Cross's dolly mug in my face.
I am sitting right here, Mr. Sawyer.
I know.
To answer your crudely worded question, my Corvine companion has the ability to, momentarily, manipulate his form.
So the bird caught us?
Indeed, Mr. Young.
I see. Well, you have my thanks, Lord Cross. And you, Sir Crow.
You are taking this all rather well.
I've no reason to question your report.
Really? None whatsoever? It goes against common sense, does it not?
Common sense is rarely, if ever, akin to the truth.
My thoughts precisely. It seems you have a good head upon your shoulders, Mr. Young.
Yeah, so why the hell were you trying to take a dive then, huh?
The young man, Jack his name is, falls silent for a time, gazing down at the steaming coffee in his hands. He looks to be in his early 20s, yet he wears his youth badly. Dark shadows hang heavy beneath eyes that are weathered and aged, and it's disorienting to gaze upon him for too long, as though he's present in every age he's ever been and will be, and he is suffering greatly for it.
I don't belong here.
Of course you do, Mr. Young. Our door is always open to those who need it.
I mean, I don't belong here.
He gestures helplessly around himself, with the countenance of one who has far too much to say, yet not enough strength to say it.
Normally, I might be inclined to think you won't believe me. But seeing as you have a magical bird, maybe you wouldn't think my story too outlandish. Although, when I think on it, it is even outlandish to me.
Nothing is too outlandish, Mr. Young. New knowledge is always considered so before being accepted as the truth.
Go on, Jack. We're listening.
My family was originally from the Guangdong province in China. My father and uncle worked on the railroads, as thousands of our people did. After a landslide killed my uncle and gravely wounded my father, he decided instead to work in a cigar factory, which was, while poor in pay, a safer occupation. My sister Emma and I were raised in a mining town outside San Francisco, and by then the soil was already long soaked in the blood of the Ohlone people, for the violence of the white man was endless, as was their greed for gold. That was the world we grew up in. The world that stripped us of our mother tongue and mother names. The kind of world that told us that people could be killed like rabid dogs, and the government, the authority of this very land, would reward you handsomely for it. It was backwards, barbaric, but it was the only world we knew. By the 70s, the mines bore naught but stone, and they were quick to pin the blame on us. Oh, they liked us yellow folk at first. Thought us quiet and peaceable. So long as we kept our heads down and kept to our place, they liked us real good. But then, the gold ran out, and the town got poor. And the white folk, they got angry, mad. They thought us thieves. They thought us the sly, cunning chinks here to drain them of their prosperity. And so they took to the streets, hung us up on the trees like balloons caught in branches. And the sickness, the madness, it spread in violent conflagration, and the embers caught on our homes, and they burned us to the ground. That's how I lost them. My family. They couldn't get out fast enough, and I didn't stay long enough to sift through the ashes for their bones. I skipped town before they could string me up too. And so it went for many years, until I found myself in the city of Mercy, where I whiled the days away in stupor. Like my father, I worked in a cigar factory. It was mindless, soul-crushing work, alleviated only by the reader, who was a jolly fellow and oft turned proper stories into bawdy imaginings. I remember that night, returning home with stained fingers and a pilfered cigar, knowing that come morn, I would no longer be of this earth. It was a relief, in a way, a great burden lifted from my shoulders. But there was also rage. Rage at the sheer unfairness of it all. Rage that I should end my life while my family's killers might live to a ripe old age. But the world can't be fair when it's dictated by the will of a singular type of man. What's the big deal with these things anyway, huh?
Oh my god! That's disgusting!
It was the anniversary of their deaths, and I could offer them no more of myself. I was
Tired.
I'm so tired. But then, I heard it. My neighbors, who have thus far been silent, conversing so loud I could make out their words, and it struck me, from the very moment I heard that laughter, that voice. Something extraordinary was unfolding, and I was in the very thick of it. I pressed my ear against the wall, and my frightful suspicions were confirmed.
No, you can't go around placing the blame on me, Diaz. You should learn to take responsibility for your own poor decisions.
Why didn't you warn me it was liquor?
I did tell you, but you went ahead and guzzled the whole damn bottle anyway.
I thought it was juice.
It tastes nothing like juice. Did you not think it odd after the first mouthful of varnish?
Well, no, it tasted rather good, actually. Mama, do something about him, won't you?
Mama, Gaza is 5 years older than me. Don't you think she should be able to take care of herself?
You little devil.
Little dog, do you think I deserve this kind of treatment?
A no good hellraiser like you should spend a week in the stocks. That should set you right.
Little dog, did you know that your daughter was seen dallying with a grocer's boy yesterday?
And he is a very respectable boy, unlike you.
Go on.
Mama!
Children, enough with your warbling. Why don't you both entertain yourself elsewhere?
I couldn't believe it. Shouldn't believe it. But on the other side of that wall, I could hear my family, alive and well. And most bewildering of all, I could hear myself.
Mama? Baba? It's me! Open up! Cousin! Emma! It's Jack! It's Jack! Please!
What the fuck are you doing, boy? I'm trying to sleep!
Mama!
Hey!
Mama!
You can't come in here!
Mama! Where are you? You should be here! You should be here! I heard you! I need you! Please!
Impossibly, they were not there.
Damn fucking pigs! Like filthy rats you is! Scurrying about places where you don't belong! You should consider yourself lucky that I don't haul your ass to the sheriff! Go spread your blight elsewhere! Get!
Mama? It's finally happened.
I finally cracked.
And yet, I heard them. Their cadence, their tones, their idiosyncrasies. The more I listened to them, the more I realized it must be real, because it had been so long since I last heard their voices. This couldn't have been conjured by imagination alone. And the things they say, they surprise me. They speak of memories that I do not hold, of places and people unfamiliar to me, of events that had never taken place. In whatever world lies beyond this wall, my uncle never died in the landslide. My father never worked at the cigar factory. We didn't live in poverty, counting coins nor skipping meals. Our home was never incinerated. Their bones never calcined. From what I can gather, the deviation happened before I was even born, when my family decided to settle in Mercy rather than San Francisco. I'd heard about it from my father, how there were 2 states they were considering, Temperance and California, and by a small nudge of fate, they decided upon California. And thus, I found myself alone, decades later, the very last of my kin, smoking a pilfered cigar on the last night of my life. But this other Jack, this naive, happy man on the other side of the wall, he knew not an ounce of my grief, and that roused an anger so foul and twisted, a mortal sin at once appeared, commonsensical. I would not die tonight. Instead, the other Jack would take my place on Neuho Bridge. And so, I dug. I chose to dig behind the wardrobe in the rare and unlikely case I'd receive any visitors. Every night, after slogging away at the factory, I'd return home and press my ear against the wall, waiting until the voices subsided, so I could continue my work. My ill-tempered neighbor never complained of the noise, and his silence was confirmation that I had set upon the right path. That just beyond this brick and stone was the very life I had been cheated of. And then one night, I swung my hammer, and instead of stone, I struck wood. I placed my hand through the hole, which was impossibly dark, as the light could never reach within, and I felt it. The back of a wardrobe, much like mine. All I had to do now was find the perfect opportunity to strike, when only the other Jack remained in the apartment, alone and vulnerable. It's odd, thinking back on that time. I never considered myself particularly immoral. I always tried to live by my parents' example of honest living and hard work, that windfall shall follow those who are patient and good. But when my patient and good family were slaughtered for the crime of their existence, I knew their philosophy to be a lie. That righteousness and morality can never be in a world built upon cruelty and evils, where those who take what they want should expect no punishment, but instead reward. So I discarded myself to indulge in mortal greed. To kill was to survive, and survive I would. Impossibly. Terribly. I delved into that lightless hole in the wall, and I don't quite know what I was expecting. Maybe something fantastical, a dissemination or a revelation, but it was a simple hole in the wall. And though it seemed to go for an age, I just climbed through as I might a tunnel. The apartment on the other side was entirely different from my own. Though the wardrobe was in the same place, everything else was alien. It was twice as large enough to fit a family of 4, not luxurious, but snug. It had every hallmark of a home, a chaotic kitchen, paintings and decor upon the faded walls, dining chairs sat askew, and 4 winter jackets hung upon the coat rack by the door. I wish I could tell you I turned away, that I had an attack of good conscience and aborted my plan. I wish I could tell you I climbed back through the wall and covered the hole and lived my life with the graces of a man given a second chance. But I am not that man. I am indeed an abhorrence, and thus I acted as an abhorrence must.
Low down. Are you back already?
Gazing upon my own face, I thought I might recognize myself.
I told you that I'm well enough to be left alone. You shouldn't miss the wedding for my sake.
I did not.
That's it.
I dragged the body through the wall, discarded it on the floor of my apartment, and then I climbed back through and moved the wardrobe in place. I wonder how long it took for the body to be found. Perhaps it has yet to be, as I had no friends nor family to call by. It was with a delirious sort of anticipation that I cleared away the blood and the hammer and climbed into bed to await my family's return. I cannot explain how it feels to reunite with the dead, how it was a resurrection, not only of my dear family, but also of myself. I had been the living dead, a ghoul, and I had in that singular instant revived, as the world revived with me, and it became clear to me then, this was life. This was what I had forgotten for all those years. And they were so much younger than the well-thumbed portraits of my memories. My mother, with her beautiful long hair, kept neat with her favorite yellow ribbon. My father, with his sun-weathered skin and deep laugh lines. And my sister, with her restless air and vibrant gaze. They were returned to me, blazingly alive. Even if I were mad and this was but a dream, I was glad to immerse myself within. I was happy. God, I was happy. After everyone had retired for the night, I moved the wardrobe to check on the hole. And it was gone. There was the brick and stone that I had painstakingly dug through, unmarred and untouched. Though my plan went as intended, and though I had my family returned to me, The roots of unease took hold within and would, over the next few years, grow into a new kind of madness. You see, my mother wore the same yellow ribbon in her hair, but she was quick to anger at my father's jests. My real mother didn't anger. No, she loved his humor. She would smile and laugh, fleeting and crooked, quick with her jabs as she was with her words. My father bore the same complexion and wrinkles, but he drank and smoked a pipe. My real father extolled the preservation of one's health and never indulged in the vices of his peers. Tobacco, drink, opium, he exchanged for the prospect of longevity. Emma had the same restless air and gaze, but she was bookish and fastidious and seemed to dislike her brother. Me, I should say. I wasn't certain if it was because she knew I was an imposter, but I would often catch her staring at me with heavy disdain. My Emma was sporty and rowdy and couldn't sit still long enough to read. We created our own language and games and protected each other against the cruelties of the world. She was my dearest friend, and I hers. And now, she is unrecognizable to me, as is my father, as is my mother, as is myself. My family was not my family. This mercy was not my mercy. When I gazed up at the sky at night, the stars were not my stars. I didn't belong here. I didn't belong back in my homeworld either, but here, in this alien place, I truly, utterly did not belong. I felt this disparity, this rejection so deeply it drove me to despair. I complained of illness so I could remain in the apartment alone, and I dug with the determination of a dying man. My apartment looked the same as it did. Huh? Where's the body? Perhaps a bit more clean, a bit more warm. But everything was as it should be. The body, however, was gone. I'm home. I lived my life with the graces of a man given a second chance. Oddly, none had noticed my miraculous resurrection, and it struck me just how much of a specter I had been. To live and die, and for none to notice. And I was determined to change, to make the best of this precious, banal life. Though I would never find joy, I could find contentment. This I truly believed. And so, with that nirvana within my sights, I set about my days, rising with the sun, working diligently till dusk, and trying to forget the other world that lurked behind the wall. I lived as my folks had, though the reward was the soil beneath my feet, the very same I would share with my kin when my time eventually came. And for the first time, I reached out. I engaged in this world I had once so easily discarded.
I squeeze that sperm till I myself almost I squeezed the sperm, a strange sort of insanity came over me. And I found myself unwittingly squeezing my co-workers' hands in it, mistaking their hands for the gentle glove. Such an unfound.
Here.
Oh, I could.
It's just an old handkerchief. Got 1,000 back at home.
It's clean.
Appreciate it. John, right?
Jack. Jack Young, with a U.
Tim.
Huh?
That's my name.
Oh?
I don't very much like the one my folks gave me, so I just call myself Tim.
I very much like that name, Ten. Why did you choose it for yourself?
That's the number of women I've been with. I know the good Lord says to save oneself for one's marriage, but this one just has too much love to share.
How pious of you.
Right. Anyways, I don't ever want to wed. Couldn't imagine anything worse. Well, aside from torture, I suppose. Or working at a cigar factory. I'll be honest. Didn't think you could even talk. Sat beside each other for a good few years now, and you ain't ever said a word.
Yeah. I was...
Melancholic?
I think so.
I've had a fair few bouts of it myself. And being a yellow feller and all, well, I'd imagine it's been hard. Being so far from home.
Actually, I was born here. San Francisco, to be exact.
Your folks came for the gold?
We came to survive.
How are they doing now? Better than surviving, I hope. Oh, sorry.
It's alright.
No. I always put my damn foot in my mouth.
Say, Tan, you wouldn't want to get a drink after work? The first pint's on me?
Why, I would be mighty agreeable to that, Jack. Thank you.
Good. Very good.
I didn't mean to bring up any unpleasantness. Are you really all right?
I reckon I will be. But more importantly, what in the heck is he reading?
All I know is that Melville feller is one sleazy son of a bitch.
So, we had a drink. And then another. And 5 more after that. And by night's end, I had a friend. Me, Jack Young, the loneliest specter in Mercy. With a friend. I reckon that was the first night since the fire, going to bed with a smile on my face. I had hope.
Would that I could keep squeezing that sperm forever. For now, since by many prolonged, repeated experiences... Oh. So it, goes on like this for a good few pages, huh? I reckon 10 might be right about this Melville fellow.
But then, the unthinkable happened.
Oh, you're home already? I know, I was supposed to be away for the rest of the week, but I got into another quarrel with my mother. You know how she can get. Have you been eating and sleeping properly whilst I was away? You have not been drinking every night, have you? I went by the store on my way home, and I thought I would rustle up a nice dinner. None of that greasy
me,
affair
miss.
from the...
I'm sorry. I think you might have the wrong apartment?
Yes, very funny, darling. Would you stop larking about and come and unpack the bags? I've been on the train for hours, and I'm about dead on my feet. Are you reading? Since when do you read?
Miss, I think you have me mistaken for someone else. My name is Jack Young,
Stop playing
and...
the fool, Jack, and help!
I'm sorry, do you know who I am?
You're my ridiculous beau who I dearly love, despite myself. Darling, why are you looking at me like that? Jack?
No! Oh, no!
The world I had returned to was not my own. I had somehow deviated from my original path and emerged into yet another alien place. In a sickening surge, all the wrongness of this world made itself known to me. All the niggling, uneasy thoughts I'd quashed in my desperation to live, to survive, surfaced like untethered buoys. I'd never seen 10 before in my life. The sun rose in the west and set in the east. The clouds didn't move. The air was sweet instead of bitter. And when I arrived, there was not a single thing left in my room, as though the Jack of this world had packed in a hurry and fled. Lies are just comforts we tell ourselves to get through another day. I took up the hammer and dug once again.
Jack, what are you doing? The wall! What are you doing
out
to
of
the
my
wall?
way!
Have you gone mad?
Yes! So leave before I swing at you too!
What has gotten into you? Jack!
I said, get!
You're a right bastard, Jack Young.
I dug. I climbed through. And it was, again, an alien place with an alien Jack, with alien people. So I dug and dug and dug and dug for days and months and years and years. I can't tell you how many doors to how many worlds I opened, but I can tell you that I've been alive for longer than is possible. And even if I am to return home, I can't be sure of it, because I have long forgotten what home looks like.
And that is when you decided to climb the belfry.
That's right, miss. I'm real sorry for putting you all through that ordeal, but I really am at my limit. I don't think I can take much more of her.
Jack's story is immense. Quite extraordinary. If it's conjured delirium, then its teller is an exceptional imagination. And if it's true... Looking around at the others, I see a mix of reactions. Daisy is wholly immersed, her eyes wide and excited, and pencil going at lightning speed across the page as she takes notes. Wayne sits in deep contemplation, hand raking over his stubble as he attempts to parse through Jack's tale. And Paxton Cross sits languid and calm, fanning himself slowly as he stares heavy-lidded, not at Jack, but at Wayne.
Seems to me you're in a fair spot of trouble.
You believe me?
I believe you believe it. And that's enough for me.
Well, I think it's worth a preliminary investigation. Leela, what are your thoughts, my dear?
One does not shy away from a good story.
I don't know if you're all as foolish as I am or exceedingly kind.
Only pragmatic, Mr. Young. For you see, our company, Boomer and Sealy Incorporated, specialize in supernatural vexations.
I was not aware such a service exists. What a remarkable coincidence.
Remarkable, undoubtedly so, but coincidence? It is far from.
So, how can we help you, kid?
Oh, yes! Surely we can find a solution between the 6 of us.
6? But of course.
We mustn't forget the hero of the piece.
I'm not sure how you might be able to help me, if I am even within the bounds of help. But I wish to return home. I want to breathe the air I grew up breathing and die upon the soil I was born. I even wish to see my mercy, which I once loathed. Now is to me like a shining dream, a momentary luster I so easily discarded.
I am familiar with shining dreams.
Then you would understand my desire to return to it.
I think so. Yes.
The matter of financing your investigation. I have hundreds more where that came from. though the tender itself may be mixed. It is all gold, and gold, I had found, is consistently valuable.
My word, would you look at that? I've never seen such a coin in my life. The Great Republic of Equinox. Equinox?
It is what they called this country in the last place I was in.
We'll take the coin in payment.
Wonderful. I can bring by
Just
the rest.
Just the one will be fine.
Sawyer!
What?
A single coin isn't enough to cover our expenses.
He's half-starved and sporting a death wish. I ain't taking his money.
We are a business. Or have you decided to don a habit and open a convent?
Maybe it just don't feel right taking it from a kid who clearly ain't got enough to feed himself.
Neither do we. You scarfed down the rest of that loaf that we were supposed to be saving to break our fast.
I got hungry. Y'all were taking too long getting pretty-fied for dinner.
Says the man who spent near 10 minutes getting strangled to death by his own dress shirt.
Ain't you cozied up to Cross for a reason? If you got expenses, then let the damn doily cloth pay.
I'm sure we can clarify the matter of payment later. Daisy, Wayne? Very good. Now, would you mind showing us to your apartment, Jack?
Oh, yes, your apartment. Is it very far?
It's but a short walk from the gunnel.
And this is where the infamous interworldly wall is?
Yes, Doctor.
Well, then let us dally no longer.
Sir Crow! Oh, Sir Crow! Come and perch upon my shoulder. We should give Mr. Young some breathing room.
Here, let me help.
Or you can sit on my head. Yes, that works too, I suppose.
Thank you, Mr. Sawyer. Here it is. The wall.
Go on, then.
I beg your pardon?
This is your thing, ain't it? All this hocus-pocus shit.
Hocus-pocus? It would be, I think, of great benefit, the muzzling of mutts that bark without thought, lest I be struck with apoplexy.
Are you calling me a mutt? Did he just call me a mutt?
Come here, Wayne, and let him work.
How's he doing here, anyway? Thinks he can
Well,
poke
Lord
about
Cross?
man's business.
What's your diagnosis?
Ain't like he owns the city yet, anyhow.
Mr. Young is telling the truth.
How can you be so sure?
Put your ear to the wall, Miss Sassoon.
I hear it.
Well, I'll be damned.
Another world.
Shit, here we go.
This is groundbreaking, earth-shattering, reality-defying! Mr. Young, what you have brought to our attention is the most consequential scientific discovery of recorded human history, and I am not known to easily make such definitive, sweeping statements. If our hypothesis is correct and that this is indeed an interworldly
Yeah, it's just professor and things. Like a pressure valve letting off steam, I reckon.
Atomists that infinite atoms call for infinite fluids call for infinite worlds.
You would be correct, Dr. Gray. However, doors to other planes are rare and horrifically difficult to open, for many require mortal sacrifices and knowledge beyond those of layman's ability. To put it plainly, this door should not exist.
And yet it does.
And yet it does.
And this is troubling?
For one, Miss Sassoon, doors do not appear out of thin air. They are built with intention and placed where intended. And there is the matter of how it is even possible for Mr. Young to travel so frequently through this door. Mr. Young, in your original world, before your ill-fated travels, were you exposed to anything of the supernatural fare?
I can't say that I was, sir.
And you are not aware of anyone in your bloodline who was gifted in the mystical arts?
My folks weren't even religious. They followed the customs of our motherland for death anniversaries and weddings and the like, but nothing more than that.
I see. And are you familiar with the Herald?
Or the, friendly they?
Sorry.
Of the worlds you've traveled, have you ever come across a place of blue plains?
Nothing of the like, no.
Interesting. Then it appears this door is fixed to a certain space and time. It is unchanging in this fixed point, though the surrounding environment is not.
Then, what lies beyond is more so world-adjacent?
I should say so, yes.
This is making my head hurt.
Are you a gambling man, Mr. Sawyer?
Sometimes.
Then you would be familiar with dice games. For example, Hazard. One attends a gambling hall and plays the game at the specified table. One throws the dice across said table, and numbers determine your fortune.
What does this have to do with the magic door?
We are at the table, Mr. Sawyer, and that magic door, as you so eloquently put, is the die. Only this die appears to have an infinite number of sides.
So, what you're saying is, no matter what we roll, or how many times we roll it, we'll always be at the same table in the same gambling hall.
A rather shoddy abstraction, I know, but yes. To put it plainly, there are certain conditions that must be met in every world. For one, the location and time must be fixed, which is the anniversary of the young family's passing. 2,
certain people must exist, such as myself and my family, whether dead or alive.
Mercy is always mercy.
Yes, always.
Even if the legal tender and country might change.
And so on and so forth, yes.
So, why is it different this time? Why does it sound like that?
Did you do anything differently on your way to this world, Mr. Young?
I thought it was my imagination. I hadn't been very well, you see. Not for a long while, and... Yes, I'm certain of it now. I heard a noise behind me, right on my heels, a terrible scraping and dragging like someone had followed me through.
Who was it? Did you get a look at them?
No, I lost my senses for a time, and I came to in that there bed, all tucked in, and the wardrobe pushed back over the wall. There was no one else but me. So I dismissed it as a bad dream or a symptom of my illness.
That must be it! This time there are too many players, so the rules have changed.
I couldn't bring myself to dig. The things I heard all through that night, I haven't been back here since.
What about your folks? Are they alive here?
I called on them once. They got themselves a small farm out in Noble. Got it cheap because the soil is bad, but my parents worked the land and got it to grow. They did real well for themselves, but they're strangers to me, Mr. Sawyer, as I am to them, despite their welcome.
And the Jack of this world?
A lawyer, if you'd believe it. Went to school and everything.
That's very impressive.
You should have seen their faces light up when they saw me. Ha! The Jack of this world abandoned his folks for the lurid call of wealth.
Point is, he is alive and present, and you cannot be.
They'd die of fright if they saw 2 Jacks in one room.
What the hell are we supposed to do then? Ain't like there's a map or a guidebook for this kind of thing.
To find a solution to a problem, Sawyer, one must understand the problem first. If we determine the specifications of this door, we may very well find a way to get Mr. Young home.
Oh, no. No. I seen that look in your eye, Doc, and it ain't never led to nothing good.
Like you so astutely deduced, there is no precedent for Mr. Young's situation. So a precedent we must set.
We ain't going in there, goddammit!
I agree with Mr. Sawyer. I'm not a gambling man myself, but I'd wager every coin I have that we wouldn't last a second on the other side of that wall.
I am inclined to believe that an expedition is the best course of action.
You ain't a part of this, Cross!
And yet you defer to my expertise when it so suits.
Don't you ever get tired?
Of what?
Sitting on that giant stick all day long?
My word, you are lascivious. I should be flattered by your clumsy esteem.
You?
Stow away your fangs, Mr. Sawyer, and make yourself useful. Mr. Young, where do you keep your tools?
I've got the hammer right here.
Do set down your hackles, Mr. Sawyer. Please understand that I am far too old and tired to coddle your temper.
Wayne, I think it's worth a quick look for the sake of research. You don't even have to go through the wall. You can stand out here in case anything goes wrong.
You think I'm gonna let y'all go in there without me? And you sure as hell don't know me at all, Miss Sassoon.
How silly of me.
Just a look. Nothing more.
Cross my heart.
Kid?
Here you are, Mr. Sawyer. Only, I don't mind doing the digging.
You've done enough. Stand back now. Further. Further. Yeah, that should do it.
While it might take an average person a few days, it only took our resident berserker a few hours to dig through the wall, stopping not to rest nor catch his breath. As he dug, Daisy, Jack, and I conversed and speculated on what we might find, and Paxton Cross sat at the dining table, watching Wayne work with unwavering interest. He had on that unsettling expression again, the one that speaks of ill intent or malice. Though upon closer scrutiny, I'm not quite sure if it's wholly directed at Wayne. Perhaps a phantom of his mind also shares the brunt of his ire.
I'm through!
Well done!
A stunning display of force, Sawyer.
I might have knocked down a fair few walls in my time.
Doors? Walls? What can't you do?
We should be able to see through to the other side. However...
It's pitch black, but not just pitch. It's a darkness without real presence or form, and whatever light that might shine within simply ceases to exist.
Fascinating. It appears that light cannot travel through these interworldly doors.
Light can't, but people can.
They must be designed with only people in mind.
I am afraid I cannot traverse within due to my limited mobility.
I'll do it! I'll go!
Ooh, yes, and
Let me scope it out. Make sure there ain't no lightning Medusas waiting on the other side.
But
I promise I won't break nothing and ruin your discovery, Doc.
Hurry then! And if there are any Medusas, don't you dare harm a hair on their head.
They ain't got no hair!
Figure of speech!
Damn it!
I think there's been a, slight miscalculation.
Miscalculate color. I can't make it!
I don't think you're going to fit, Wayne. Come down before you get hurt.
I can't.
Are you alright, Mr. Sawyer?
It looks like I don't quite fit.
Need a hand?
Well, it can't be helped. Daisy and I shall break ground instead.
Wait, maybe we should get a rope or something.
Leela, shout if you get eaten.
That ain't funny, Gray. I got a bad feeling about this.
When have you ever had a good feeling about anything?
That's besides the point.
But I'm already on the other side.
Leela, don't go wandering off now. I'm coming back free. It's closing. What? Why is it closing?
Before I can respond, brick and stone debris fly to their original position, and within seconds, the wall is smooth and whole. The door is closed, and I am alone in this unfamiliar world. Mercy. Episode 7. Neighbor, Part 1. starring Tenest Tang as Jack Young, Other Jack, and Ten, Sneha Kumar as Leela Sassoon, Aurora Ave-Lallemant as Dr. Daisy Gray, Austin Sharp as Wayne Sawyer and Neighbor, James Reece as Lord Paxton Cross, Michelle Kahn as Emma Young and Mrs. Young, Madison Diaz or SomethingExtraVA as Girlfriend, and Matt Doherty as the Reader. Mercy is produced by Madison Diaz. The script supervisor is Matt Doherty. Written, directed, and sound designed by J.N. Huan. The sound effects and music for this show was sourced from Epidemic Sound. You can find the link to the full music credits in the description of this episode. Please follow, rate, and review to support our show. This has been presented by Strange Kind Studio.